Hello everybody, welcome back to Let's Play Danganronpa 2, Goodbye Despair. Last time we completed the investigation for the death of Byakuya Togami. He was killed. The blue hue of our vacation is now a crimson red. Is the killer really one of us? Or is it someone else? The class trial starts now. And yeah, I don't have any skills to set. That's because I want to, show off the new gameplay elements of the trials in this game first, and then I can start doing skills to manipulate like how they work and all that junk. But yeah, let's open up the e-handbook to go over the truth bullets one last time before the trial starts. We have Monokuma File 1. The victim's body was discovered in the dining hall of the old building in the Hotel Mirai. Estimated time of death, 11:30 p.m. Stabbed repeatedly over 10 times between the throat and stomach, resulting in death. I know the abs are like not necessarily stomach, but whatever. Aside from that, the body has no other external injuries and no chemicals such as poison were detected. The body under the table is face down as if Byakuya were reaching for something. We got a knife. Glowing paint-like substance coats it, and it was found under the table where the body was indeed discovered. Blood stain under the table. Pool of blood formed around the body underneath the table. A lot of blood was splattered against the inside of the tablecloth. No sign that the body was dragged through the blood stain. We have gaps in floorboard. There are gaps in the floorboard. Gundam dropped one of his earrings through these gaps. AC timer. The AC timer in the dining hall is set to 11:30 p.m. So is the one in the office. Night vision goggles found under the table where the body was discovered came from the supermarket. A lot of things come from the supermarket. We have blatant fan service, aka the embarrassing pose. During the blackout, Mikan tripped and fell. And that's how she ended up in that position. Yes. When I trip and fall, like sausage links wrap themselves around my hands and legs, and somehow I'm no longer wearing underwear. Let's just get past that. We got the duralumin case. It was a case that Byakuya had with him. There was security equipment inside, and the key to the other duralumin case was in there too. We have Ibuki's account. Basically, she has really good hearing because, she's a freaking musician, so she heard everybody during the blackout. We have irons in the storage room. There were 3 irons placed inside the storage room when Nagato found them, and they were all turned on. Storage room tablecloth. Bloodstained tablecloth was found in a laundry hamper. Teru's account. The gas stove in the kitchen is powered by electricity. That's why he couldn't use it during the blackout. Party dishes. Teru poured his heart and soul into cooking those dishes. However, only Akane and Peko were able to eat. Well, technically so is Byakuya, but he's no longer with us. We have the fire door. If a fire breaks out, the fire door in the hallway of the old building can be shut to keep the fire from spreading. Kitchen equipment list. That was like, just a list of all the kitchen equipment stuff. But apparently there was an iron... Wait. Yeah, apparently there was an iron plate for barbecue and a portable stove for cooking hot pots and, all that other stuff. Okay, we got Chiaki's account. She was standing guard and she saw Fuyuhiko come by the old building, but then walk away. The murder threat. We found a threat in Byakuya's room that clearly stated, be careful. The first kill will happen tonight. Someone will definitely kill someone. Hey, they weren't wrong. Kazuichi's account. During the blackout, he went to the office, but he didn't find Peko there. We have Mikan's autopsy results. Several puncture wounds to the chest and abdomen. Wounds were inflicted by a thin, sharp weapon, roughly 5 millimeters in diameter. And Neko Maru's account. He had always been trying to use the bathroom, but it seemed to have been occupied the entire time the party was going on. And he was only able to enter the bathroom after Byakuya's body was found. Treachery is afoot indeed. So anyway, we're done with our preparations. Let's go.
Now then, let's begin with a simple explanation of the class trial. During the class trial, you will present your arguments for who the killer is and vote for who done it.
Hang in there, Usami. Haha! Cue the sitcom laugh track. Okay.
If you vote correctly, then only the blackened will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong person, I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and that person will earn the right to leave this island.
This is such a cruel rule.
Before we begin, I'd like to confirm one thing. Is there really a killer among us?
Most definitely. There's no doubt that the blackened is lurking among you. Such a sad state of affairs, isn't it?
It really is.
By the way, this class trial is gonna be 100% fair, so there's no need to worry. I'm the type who hates favoritism and prejudice. Well, not as much as I hate monogamy, of course.
You hate favoritism and prejudice. Oh, okay, Monica.
That much?
Now, let's begin.
You're telling us to begin, but what are we supposed to do?
No complaining, let's just settle this with our fists.
That's not how trials go.
Were you even listening to the rules? Didn't that Byakuya bastard get killed in the dining hall, huh? Then everyone there is a fucking suspect.
Yeah, what you're really trying to say is that you're not the killer, right?
No shit. You guys went off on your own and started killing each other. This has nothing to do with me.
Huh? What does that mean?
Anyway, why don't we try talking about the most pressing issue on our minds? The most pressing issue on our minds? Where we found the body. It's very strange to find a body underneath the table.
Then, let's start with that mystery.
The reason why Byakuya's body was discovered under the dining hall table. We can start with that, but ultimately, we need to find out who murdered him. If we can do that... Oh, if we can't do that... No, thinking about if is a waste of time. We have to do this, no matter what. So the class trial has finally started. From this point on, I will provide simple tutorials at every important moment. I'm sorry, but please excuse my ear-tainting rudeness. As things progress during each class trial, you will engage in a number of non-stop debates. During these discussions, all of your classmates will speak one after the other without any breaks. It's up to you to reveal any lies or mistakes contained within their statements. This means you have to use your truth bullets to refute what they say. Out of all the truth bullets you find during your investigation, only the relevant ones will be loaded into the truth cylinder. Use the left stick to move the reticle, then fire with triangle. Pay close attention to each character's statements, and choose your truth bullets to blast the right ones. Note that if you run out of time, you'll automatically fail, so please be careful. If you press options during these arguments, you can review the controls. Well then, good luck and have fun. Oh wow, I mean I know I chose mean difficulty, but holy crap, they started me off like legit.
Why was Byakuya's body?
Oh, at 4 seconds! Or 4 minutes rather, okay.
His body was underneath the table at the very back of the dining hall.
After the killer murdered Byakuya, they probably moved the body there.
Huh? Why? Obviously by hiding the body. They tried to delay its discovery! Like a dog burying a bone!
Huh? What he just said was strange. It clearly contradicts the information I know. Yeah, because Mr. Kazuichi said that,
underneath the table.
you know, they probably dragged the body underneath the table, but if we looked at the bloodstain under the table, it didn't look like he was dragged there.
No, that's wrong.
Yeah, you're wrong, Mr. Soda. Dr. Pepper, I presume.
No, I don't think the killer moved the body. Huh? Why? Try to remember what the body looked like when we found it under the table. Though there was a lot of blood everywhere, there was no sign the killer actually dragged the body through it.
So that's why you think it's impossible that the killer moved the body. I see. I get your point.
Aww. And here I thought I had a genius idea.
Too bad you're so stupid and boring and unpopular. Your life is meaningless.
Like, wow, where did that even come from?
I respond better to praise, you know.
But if the killer didn't move the body, why was it under the table?
Byakuya was probably killed under the table.
What? You think he was killed under the table?
So Byakuya snuck under the table for reasons unknown, and that's when he was killed. Then, shortly thereafter, we found his body under the table.
That does make sense, but why did he go under the table?
Obviously, he was hiding so he could surprise us. That dude was always a big jokester.
I love how she talks like they went way back, like they knew each other for years.
The hell he was? You seriously couldn't tell what kind of person he was?
Maybe he panicked during the blackout and dove under the table.
It's a blackout, not an earthquake. Just because the power went out doesn't mean he'd dive under the table.
The reason why is probably connected to what Byakuya was doing during the party, don't you think?
The reason Byakuya dove under the table is connected to what Byakuya was doing during the party, then it's probably... Wow, that was an awkward transition. Okay, wow, wait. If it's connected to what Byakuya was doing during the party, then it's probably... the night vision goggles? Yeah, that's wrong. Crap. Okay, well, I'm not gonna get a perfect on this one. Okay. So what Byakuya was doing during the party, he was... Hey! Dragon Ball FighterZ updated! Cool! Alright. But, he was guarding the duralumin case, so... Ah, crap. Oh my god, wait, okay. The reason Byakuya dove under the table, if it's connected to what... Holy shit. Wait, I'm very confused. The reason he dove under the table... So, I mean, okay, like, hear me out. Byakuya was trying to make sure nobody was getting hurt, so maybe it's related to the murder threat? Like, he was on edge because of the murder threat and was, like, taking all those precautions to make sure nobody would sneak in anything dangerous? Oh my freaking god! Wait. Why did I have to choose mean everything? Okay, god, I'm getting thrown the frick off. What is going on here?
I can prove it with this.
Okay, I selected knife. You're gonna have to explain this one to me.
With the knife we found under the table.
Cause that seems like a huge leap in logic.
Knife? Oh, you mean that thing that obviously screams, "I am the murder weapon!"
Byakuya probably noticed the knife was hidden there. So in order to get it, he moved under the table.
But the tablecloth is in the way. Okay.
He was particularly sensitive to the presence of dangerous items, so I cannot deny that possibility. But how did he notice that there was a knife under the table?
Like, I mean, I do remember the train of thought here, but it does seem like a bit of a jump to go directly to the knife without... Okay,
If he knew
alright.
beforehand, he probably would have done something about it before the blackout, right? Then, instead of knowing about it beforehand, maybe he saw it right at that moment. Like, for example, he might have seen someone trying to take the knife out from under the table.
No, that's not possible.
What? You seem rather confident about that.
Of course. I have proof to back me up.
This is almost like a real trial.
During the previous statement, there was only one weak spot. But from this point on, there will be various weak spots standing in your way. No matter how many weak spots there are, there will be only one lie or contradiction in the debate at a time. This means there will be false weak spots. If you shoot a false weak spot with a truth bullet, not only will you fail to refute what was said, but you'll also lower your trust with everyone and your influence gauge will take damage. If your influence gauge reaches 0, you will fail, so please be extra careful. You'll have to rely on your own logic to determine which weak spots are actually lies or mistakes. Also, you concentrate by holding down the R1 button, you can progress the argument slowly. Please use it whenever you feel like the statements are moving too fast for you to aim. However, this does consume the focus gauge, so please be careful. If you press options during these arguments, you can review the controls. Well then, good luck and have fun. Thank you, mysterious voice in my head. Alright, so we got the knifed blood stain. Holy crap. Gaps, AC timer, night vision goggles. I mean, the first game even built up, even in mean difficulty, but okay.
That sounds correct.
I mean, it sounds correct, but is it?
During the blackout, Mr. Ham Hands must have seen the killer take the knife.
But it was super pitch black. It was so dark I couldn't see my food.
Byakuya couldn't see in the dark either. I doubt he could have seen the killer.
Okay, it's true, getting under that table during the blackout would have been nearly impossible, but what if you had a little help to see in the dark? What if you had night vision goggles?
Byakuya couldn't see in the dark either.
Oh my god, I thought I missed. That was... Ooh boy. What was that aim?
No, Byakuya was probably the only one who was able to see in the dark.
Why do you say that?
He was using those night vision goggles we found under the table. He could have seen what was happening.
So, are you saying Byakuya was the one who used those night vision goggles?
Yeah, that seems to be the case.
Your reasoning is out of focus. No, that's obviously wrong. It should be the other way around.
Other way around?
Seriously? The killer used those night vision goggles, not Byakuya.
Were you surprised by Maharu's Sutton argument? Just between you and me, I was also surprised. Just kidding. I'm sorry. Now then, when this kind of argument surfaces, you will go into a one-on-one debate called Rebuttal Showdown. In this mode, you have to counter the other person's claim, draw out their weak spots, and argue against them. Please counter the other person's remarks with the left stick. Based on the shape of their remarks, it's important to know whether to cut vertically, sideways, or diagonally. And based on that, you can skew the debate's mood to your advantage. On the other hand, if you ignore the other person's remarks, you will skew toward their advantage. In the bottom right-hand corner of the screen, a number that shows the sharpness of your counter is displayed. This is the number of times you can cut remarks during one round of the debate. You will lose counts of sharpness even if you miss, so please be very careful. When the mood skews to your advantage for a certain length of time, the other party's argument changes. This means the conversation will develop. If that happens, they will end up divulging some weak spots. However, you cannot normally cut remarks that contain weak spots. Instead, it will skew the mood toward the other party's advantage. This is going to be very big. Just like a regular debate, please refute any weak spots with the triangle button. Of course, if you don't have the correct truth blade, you will not be able to cut an opponent's remark. Huh? What's a truth blade? I am terribly sorry. It appears there has been a delay in contacting you. I will make sure that the person in charge of contacting you takes a very long vacation. In this mode, truth bullets will be called truth blades. That's about it. There won't be any other changes to your handbook menu. Only the name was changed, but I just think a change in feeling is important. You press the options button during these arguments to review the controls. Well then, good luck and have fun. So yeah, I can't really explain this little mode all that well. You really just sort of have to see it in action, but it's essentially a sword fight you're having with the person you're arguing with, and you have to cut through all their remarks. But then, like, whenever a weak point shows up, you don't want to actually cut that. You want to, like, refute it with the truth blade. So, yeah, it's... Hopefully you'll be able to get a feel for what's going on when it's in action. But, yeah, it's really tough for me to try and explain. It's kind of complicated, but hopefully you'll get, like, an idea of what's really going on here. Also, just for logic's sake, I think I would want this. But yeah, cut. Wait. Oh, right. No, left stick. Got it. Yeah.
I can't back down.
So then, you know, you'll get caught in a little duel. You gotta mash, and yeah, we're gonna develop the conversation.
Because if they use night vision goggles, then they could have killed Byakuya even in the dark. I mean, in reality, that's what happened. So those goggles were planned in advance. The killer brought them to the crime scene.
Ah, crap. No, the killer did not bring him into the room. I found a hole in the argument, but yeah, I'm sure Byakuya brought the night vision goggles. I need to refute Myra's claim with evidence. Right, like I can't just like say like, no, you're wrong. Like, no, I need to actually present evidence.
The killer brought them to the crime scene.
No, crap, I did it freaking again. Oh my god. Yeah. This is essentially like, I guess, to signify like everybody yelling over each other. But you can't yell over that. You need to present evidence to refute that claim.
No, Byakuya was definitely the one who brought those night vision goggles.
Definitely? But why?
Inside the Duralumin case Byakuya had with him during the party, we found a smaller case for storing the night vision goggles.
Which means we can assume that the night vision goggles were kept inside that Duralumin case as well.
I don't know why I kept calling it Duralumin. That sounded... I don't know. That's a word I don't think I've ever encountered outside this game. So, hey, alright, fine. Duralumin.
Woohoo! I said assume! Ibuki never uses such clever language.
God, you're weird.
Plus, Byakuya was the only one who could have taken the night vision goggles out of the case, since he was carrying it around before the blackout in the first place.
I see. When you put it like that, it makes sense.
Then, was that knife inside the case too? If there were night vision goggles inside, it wouldn't be weird for a knife to be in there too.
It would be weird.
I am weird, aren't I? At times like this, I'd rather be fantasizing about tonight's main dish.
Ew! You totally mean that in a perverted way.
Yeah, he probably does. The knife was brought in the Duralumin case along with the night vision goggles too? No, that's not possible. The knife was hidden in the dining hall before the party even started. I should be able to prove it. Yeah, that's right. No, not tonight's main dish. No. Yeah, they do not give you a lot of time on meme difficulty. Holy crap. But yeah, it was duct tape, yo.
I see. There was duct tape left under the table where the body was found. Huh? Duct tape? They probably hid the knife by duct taping it to the underside of the table.
Oh, so that's why we found duct tape there.
Though Byakuya was thorough, even he couldn't have noticed a weapon taped to the underside of the table.
This may be off topic, but why was Byakuya acting so paranoid? Not only did he bring a self-defense kit, but he had night vision goggles inside the case too.
That's true. He went above and beyond being a little cautious.
Now that you mention it, that applies to the dangerous items he confiscated as well. It's one thing to be a little cautious, but performing a body check is a bit much.
He probably knew. Someone was planning to commit a murder.
Are you saying he predicted the murder? Could it be? Was he also in possession of the all-seeing eye?
You think so too, right, Hajime?
That's right. Byakuya probably knew there was a possibility. My god, this transition throws me the frick off. That a murder would occur. And now, yeah, a possibility. I mean, there was a freaking threat.
I can prove it with this. Everyone, can you please take a look at this?
Be careful. The first kill will happen tonight. Someone will definitely kill someone.
Hey, the hell is this?
Hajime and I found this in Byakuya's cottage.
It looks like a threatening letter someone sent to him.
So, who's the someone?
Nobody besides Monokuma would write such a dumb, threatening letter like that.
Wasn't me!
Are you sure?
The only lies I tell are friendly lies!
Is there such a thing, though?
Those are still lies!
They are.
Doesn't matter who wrote it yet. So, Byakuya became paranoid because of this threatening letter?
He probably decided to throw a party because of the letter.
What do you mean?
By gathering everyone in one place, he tried to create a situation where everyone could keep tabs on each other. In doing so, he tried to put the writer of the letter in a situation where they couldn't act.
But the letter might have been just a little prank.
As long as he was determined
Joke
not to
like
let
that.
any of us die,
Oh, wait.
he couldn't take that
A
risk.
YouTuber in 2018 would. Okay. My bad. Yeah, that is something Logan Paul would definitely do. He's an asshole.
His strong sense of responsibility made him believe the letter was legitimate.
He should have told us he received a threatening letter.
If he had, we would have panicked. Byakuya probably knew that too.
So, he tried to do something about it without telling anyone? I see. A strong sense of responsibility as our leader was his undoing.
Screw that noise! Who the hell wrote that letter?
Well, obviously, the killer.
The killer. Is it really one of us? Who is it? That's what you're trying to figure out, Hajime. Among us, who's the one who killed Byakuya?
Enough already! Show yourself, you coward!
If they were willing to come forward, they never would have committed a murder in the first place.
But I still can't believe it. Someone in this room killed Byakuya. There's no way I can believe that yet.
Pardon me. Can I say something, please?
What is it, Miss Sonia?
I regret that I must return to this topic, but I just realized something concerning the night vision goggles. If Byakuya was indeed wearing those goggles, how did the killer manage to navigate in the dark?
You're right. They wouldn't have been able to see anything without the night vision goggles. But if the murderer had the goggles when they took the knife, then how did Byakuya see them?
Even if the knife bore some sort of mark, it would have been difficult to see it in that darkness.
No, the killer definitely used a mark. And because of this mark, the killer was able to get the knife from under the table into his hands. No, Byakuya was not the mark. It was the glowing paint.
I see! What if the glowing paint was the mark? With that, you'd be able to get the knife even in the dark. In actuality, the knife we found under the table and the duct tape stuck to the underside of the table were both marked with glowing paint, right?
Does that mean the killer painted them in advance?
But painting them with glowing paint? It's as if they knew the blackout was going to happen.
They had to have already known. That's why they used the glowing paint as a mark. Which means whoever set up the blackout is the killer.
That seals it. The killer is whoever was in the office with the circuit breaker. Which means it was you, Peko Pekoyama!
Peko killed poor Byakuya? Was this island not big enough for two glasses wearers?
Oh my god.
Not the killer.
Oh, I guess she's not.
How can you believe her so easily?
But with Peko's height, I don't think she'd be able to reach the circuit breaker in the office.
I mean, she's not that short. Let's just go ahead and take a little look-see at Peko. She's 5'6". Okay, I mean, well, yeah, that is a bit on the short side, but at the same time, she's... Actually, when was the last time I even measured myself? How freaking tall am I? She might be taller than me. I think I'm 5'5". I don't know, but yeah, like 5'6". I mean, she technically... Oh, okay, well, Sonya's taller than her, and so is Akane, but yeah, she's the... Yeah, they're tied for tallest, so yeah, like she's technically the second tallest female. I mean, she's the same height as Kazuichi, the Gundams. Okay, yeah, I mean, you know, that's a decent height, I guess. I don't know.
I don't care about a technicality like that. Pecco's the one who tripped the breaker and caused the blackout.
By tripping the breaker directly from the office, Pecco was the one who caused the blackout. Is that really what happened? After this debate, blue-colored weak spots will start appearing. If we call the weak spots you've seen up until now argue spots, the blue-colored weak spots will be called agree spots. When shooting agree spots with truth bullets, you need to flip your way of thinking. Instead of arguing that the other person's testimony contains lies or mistakes, please fire the truth bullets that prove the other person's testimony is correct. Yeah, they are throwing everything at me right off the gate. Wow. When your truth bullets merge with their weakness, it will become a logically sound agreement. Isn't it a little hot in here? From now on, you must infer whether it's best to argue or agree based on what's being debated. If you press options during these arguments, you can review the controls. Well then, good luck and have fun. So yeah, that means I'm going to have to agree with somebody for this one since they're just bringing it up. So yeah, we got 3 accounts.
Since Pecco was in the office, she could have caused the blackout at any time.
That's impossible.
Huh? Why is it impossible?
Because I was not in the office. Not even before the blackout.
What happened to your guard duty?
Sorry.
Oh, you weren't in the office? That's clearly a desperate excuse.
Just from listening to Pecco's testimony, it's not weird to doubt her. But I feel like I spoke to someone during the investigation who totally backs up her testimony. Excuse me for a second. Alright, so yeah, somebody that backs up her thing. Like, the ones we had were Nekomaru's account, Chiaki's account, and Teruteru's account, but I mean, like, his account is about the blackout, and Chiaki's account is about Fuyuhiko outside the old building, so that means Nekomaru's, like, by process of elimination, Nekomaru is the only one I could use here. And since, you know, they want me to agree with what she's saying, so I guess we're going to assume that she was in the bathroom the entire time, because, you know, Nekomaru, he tried to go to the bathroom, but the door was consistently locked.
Not even before the blackout.
I agree with that.
I'm sorry, it's still humorous to me to see the little consent thing right there. It's hilarious.
Pecco is telling the truth.
Don't tell me you're crushing on Pecco.
And it's nothing like that at all. Nekomaru's account is actually Pecco's alibi.
I've been trying to use it many times, but the door just won't open at all.
It's true. Someone was occupying the bathroom for a long time shortly after the party started. And it was finally freed up after Byakuya's body was discovered.
Then the person who was in the bathroom that whole time was actually...
Everyone else besides Pecco was in the dining hall after the party started, right?
I see. So there's no way anybody else could have locked themselves in the bathroom except Pecco.
I guess that would be true.
You locked yourself in the commode? You should have said so earlier.
There's no way she'd actually say that. Gosh, you're so insensitive.
If she locked herself in the bathroom for that long, there's no doubt. It's shit. Oh, there's no way she'd admit it. There's no way she'd admit she was taking a shit.
Hey, weren't you guys taught any basic manners, or were you raised in a locker room?
She does have a point.
I'm sorry.
It's fine. How about we stop talking about this and move on to something else?
Don't worry, the smell wasn't that strong. I used the bathroom right after you, so you can trust me.
Disgusting.
I said it's fine.
But still, you were in the bathroom for a really long time. Did you get food poisoning or something?
As soon as I stepped into the office, I felt this sudden rush of pain in my stomach. Because of that, I was unable to leave the bathroom, including when the blackout occurred.
Hey, how did it feel to do your business in the dark? Did you get excited?
Ugh, just disgusting. I mean, like, you know, I'm part of the school of thought that it's like, you know, don't kink shame people, but at the same time, I can't wrap my head around how that is a particular fetish for some people. That's just, I don't get it. I just don't get it. And also, Terry, you're disgusting.
Seriously, stop it. But still, your stomach pain. Was that really just a coincidence?
Hey, what's the deal? Don't butt into other people's business, especially if you didn't do any investigating.
I'm only butting in because you fucking idiots are out of your element.
Stop this childish nonsense. Just what do you mean by coincidence?
What I mean is it possible someone slipped her some laxatives?
Laxatives?
If so, the killer could have tripped the breaker as soon as that girl left the office, don't you think?
I see. That might have happened.
I mean, that is some pretty sound logic. The question is whether Pecco's stomachache was a coincidence or if someone intentionally caused it. Depending on the answer, the outcome of this trial could change drastically. Why is the embarrassing pose gonna be? I thought they said relevant ones get added. Okay.
Did you eat anything weird?
I don't remember eating anything weird.
Now that you mention it... You brought food to the office, right?
Just a little bit from the dining hall.
There might have been some laxatives in it, don't you think?
Taro cooked the food. How suspicious!
I wouldn't do anything like that. Laxatives would ruin the taste.
I mean, they really would. I can't refute that. Whether Pecco's stomachache was a coincidence or if someone intentionally caused it. We need to clarify that first. Right, because, well, Pecco, she just grabbed random food off the table. So if somebody was gonna, like, directly try to poison her, they'd be taking a risk. So that means they would have to put laxatives in all the food. But if that was the case, why wasn't anybody else who ate affected by that?
Don't you think?
No, that's wrong.
No, it's impossible that laxatives were slipped into the food in the dining hall. Because Pecco wasn't the only one who ate that food. Akane ate some of it too.
If the food had laxatives in it, I'm pretty sure Akane would have had stomach issues as well.
I feel totally fine.
Like I said, the dishes are innocent. Don't go making weird accusations.
And I guess they could argue, you know, that Byakuya ate the food too and he was fine. But I mean, you know, like corpses, you know, like the moment somebody dies, they void their bowels. So but they can't relate that to the food either because, you know, he's dead. So, yeah, alright.
I apologize for causing a scene. Fuyuhiko should apologize, not you. He's the one who made the laxative accusation.
What the fuck did you say, bitch?
Rude?
There's this bickering.
Let's just dismiss Pecco's stomachache as a coincidence and go back to discussing the blackout.
Yeah. We already know that, you trashy skank. You don't have to tell us.
Rude!
Trashy skank?
As long as the murder happened during the blackout, then the blackout itself is what's actually important. So we need to make it clear how the blackout occurred. The police outside are very interested in this. I wonder if you can hear it. I should probably just close the window, but I mean, it's hot in this freaking room.
What's the breaker and how did they do it? If you can't answer that, I'm gonna bop you on the head.
Did they throw a stone and hit it?
No.
Maybe they used a remote control?
They probably messed with the breaker.
It does not have to be the breaker. They may have tampered with the power supply and transmitters. Or maybe they caused a power surge?
I bet it's really Monokuma's fault.
By the way, I'm not a trashy skank.
How did the killer trip the circuit breaker? Pretty sure I already know, have that clue.
Who tripped the breaker and
Yeah.
how did he do it?
Because,
If
you know,
can't answer that,
3
let's knock you
irons
on the
were
head.
plugged in.
Did
Why do
they
you need
throw a stone
3
at Kate?
irons, though, on one ironing
Maybe they used a
board?
remote control?
No, that means somebody actually tried to force a power surge by just
not have to be the
overloading
breaker.
all the outlets.
They may have tampered with the power supply.
So we're just gonna go
maybe
ahead
they caused
and
a power surge?
consent
I agree with
with Mahiru.
It's just as Mahiru said. The blackout was caused by a power surge. Of course, that's not a coincidence. Someone caused it intentionally.
Which is why those 3 irons were arranged to cause the blackout.
When you found them right after the blackout, the irons were still on, right?
So by leaving those irons on in the storage room, they deliberately caused a power surge.
Yeah. It seems that's how the killer caused the blackout.
Stupid fool! Hold on a second, let me speak too!
What the heck?
You say the irons in the storage room were used to trigger the blackout? That's inexcusable!
I mean, it is an old building. I mean, come on. Just a lot of stuff.
If the irons in the storage room caused the blackout, then for the killer to turn the irons off, you're saying they went all the way to the storage room? And that means everyone who was in when the blackout occurred can't be a suspect.
Okay.
No, just because people were in the dining hall doesn't mean they're not a suspect.
But the people in the dining hall weren't able to cause the If the irons caused the blackout, then the killer had to go to the storage room before that and turn on the iron. Now do you intend to take back what you said?
It's true the irons were responsible for the blackout, but that shouldn't be the only reason.
But the people in the dining hall weren't able to cause
Yeah,
the blackout.
because... Ah,
If
crap.
the irons, then the killer had to go to the storage room before that and turn on the iron. Now do you intend to take back what you said?
At least we're not going back, but... Yeah, I mean...
People in the dining hall weren't able to cause the blackout. If the irons caused the blackout, then the killer had to go to the storage room before that and turn on the iron. Now do you intend to take back what you said?
Huh.
But the people in the dining hall
I mean,
were
the
able to
AC
cause
timer-
The irons caused the blackout.
Okay, I thought I cut that before, but I guess I was a little too late.
The irons are just one reason the blackout occurred, but they weren't the direct trigger.
But yeah, my logic behind that is because, you know, like if you have all the AC things set to come on at the same time while you have these outlets overloaded, you know, that might cause a power surge the moment the AC kicks on. And based on my experience, air conditioning uses up a lot of energy in a house. Like whenever the air kicks on here, it's like it's almost like the lights will dim for like maybe a quarter of a second, and then you hear the air click on. So yeah, it just happens. It uses up a lot of energy, and that's also why power outages happen quite a bit when it's hot, because everybody's rushing to turn their air on at the same time, and that can just overload the grid.
The direct trigger was when the air conditioners in the dining hall and office clicked on.
I love that my experience with DTE like just has me fully prepared to answer anything about like the power surges and power outages that happens during this trial. Like, yeah.
Air conditioners!
The timers for both air conditioners were set to 11:30 p.m.
11:30 p.m. Mr. Ham-Hams died around that time too.
I see. When the timers activated the air conditioners, the breaker was tripped and caused a blackout. I see. I understand. Indubitably.
Indubitably?
They probably checked the old building's energy usage in advance and used the irons to nearly max it out.
How do you check a building's energy usage? Like, I'm legitimately curious about that. Like, is that possible? Because that seems like it could really come in handy.
So once they set the air conditioner's timers, they just had to wait until they started up on their own.
If so, even if Pekka was in the office, it still would have been possible to cause a blackout, indubitably.
I love that she just picks up on new vocabulary. Like, whenever somebody says a word she doesn't understand.
Indubitably? Miss Sonia, not you too.
Regarding the energy usage, they probably asked Monokuma about it.
Dun dun dun!
Is she right? Such a hateful bear! You deserve to die 1,000 deaths!
1,000, you say? If I died that many times, I might really stay dead, you know?
Shut up! You guys just stay quiet! I couldn't have prevented the blackout even if I was in the office. But even so, I feel regret. If I was in the office, I could have reset the breaker in time. And maybe the murder wouldn't have occurred.
No, the breaker in the office was built into a high area of the wall that's impossible to reach. Resetting the breaker in that darkness would have been impossible, no matter what.
Sounds like you don't need to blame yourself.
Even so, the killer is so sly. I'm starting to worry we may never actually find them.
It's alright. You don't have to worry. Because they're just a petty killer, right? They can't defeat symbols of hope like you guys.
Huh?
There's no way everybody will lose now. This little incident will just be a stepping stone for you all. In the end, hope always wins. That's what I believe.
Nagito? What happened to you?
Huh? What do you mean?
Well, you have been saying this whole time that there's no way a killer could be among us.
Oh, is that so? Well, let's just put that minor detail aside for now and talk about the incident. For now, we found out how the blackout occurred. But the question is, who caused it, right? Anybody could have hid and set the timers for the air conditioners. Setting up the irons in the storage room could have been done before Byakuya set foot in the old building. What a shame. Any one of us is capable of that.
What are you implying?
He's just saying, after all this time, we still haven't made any progress.
Huh? Even though we have been arguing for so long?
Fortunately, it's the truth. Despite the fact that we've discussed this at length, there's not even one clue that leads to the killing. But that might be because there's no way any of us could be a killer.
You're changing your story again?
Anyway, I have an idea about what we all should do at this point. Has anyone thought about our situation like this? Instead of surviving by doubting others, isn't it better to get killed for believing in others?
Doesn't that mean... Are you saying we should all just give up and die?
Nagito, there's definitely something wrong with you.
You guys only think there's something wrong with me because there's something wrong with you. Suspecting each other like this. There's no way that's healthy behavior. Let's stop this already. We don't have to find out who the killer is. I can't stand this anymore. I don't want to do this to my friends.
I don't want to do this either.
Me too! Please, take me home already! I want to go home and eat candy!
Stop it. If everyone acts like this, I'm gonna...
Everyone calm down. We're all friends, aren't we? There's no way one friend would murder another.
Then why did Byakuya die?
Who cares? Let's just give up already. There are no clues that lead to the killer anyway. Not a single one.
That's wrong. I think...
Did you say something?
We've already found a clue that might point to who the killer is.
You know who the killer is?
The killer? I don't know. But we do have a clue about a suspicious person, I think.
I see. Then care to tell me, what's this clue you're talking about?
First of all, let's try thinking about how the killer was able to obtain the knife during the blackout.
Didn't we already cover that? They used glowing paint as a mark.
No, not that. I mean before that.
Before? And yeah, I know I was silent throughout all of that. I just wanted to let that play, because homeboy acting a little strange. Is she asking how the killer got close to that table? Even if they had to obtain the knife by relying on the glow from the paint, in order to do that, they needed to get close to that table while it was still dark.
Let's try examining the situation. Mahiru's diagram might be useful here.
The diagram of where everyone was standing before the blackout, right? Here it is.
Just as I thought, this diagram is the clue. Who the killer is and how they were able to move to the table in the dark. That's clearly shown in this diagram. First, we need to discuss how the killer was able to move to that table in the dark. The killer probably used something to help him move in the dark. So, this one's kind of sneaky, but yeah. What if they used a power cable? After all, there's a lamp on the table. Maybe you can just run your hand across the cord to, feel out where you're going. It'll lead you to the table. You get down underneath, and there you go.
Here! The killer must have used the desk lamp to move to that table in the dark.
The desk lamp? I hope you don't mean they turned on a light or something.
There was a blackout. There's no way the killer could have used the desk lamp.
Of course, there's no way they used the desk lamp's light. The killer actually used the power cord.
I can prove it with this. They didn't turn the desk lamp on. They used its power cord.
Power cord?
They could have felt their way to that table using the power cord, right? By doing that, the killer was able to move to the table, then use the glowing paint to find the knife.
And there's only one person here who could have done that.
Who?
The only person here who could have possibly done it. The person closest to it based on her diagram. It pains me to do this, but it was him.
You're the only one! Nagito, it was you, wasn't it?
Me?
Judging from everyone's positions before the blackout, the only person near the power cord was you.
Which means the only one who could have felt their way to the table using the power cord was Nagito!
That's just a coincidence.
But still, you had a chance, right? A chance to hide the knife under the table?
Nagito's chance to hide the knife under the table was, well, when he was cleaning, because I really don't have a lot of time to explain my logic here, but right after the blackout, Byakuya was already dead. Right before the blackout, no, we would have saw him going underneath. Right after the murder, no. So, yeah.
I see! Nagito, weren't you cleaning the dining hall all morning?
Yeah, with this mean difficulty, I can't, waste time like I would in the first game, just, refuting everything. So I guess it's just better to, think fast and then give my logic afterwards.
If so, you would have had a chance to hide the knife. If you factor in the power cord and the time you spent cleaning it, you're the only one who could have done it.
Seriously? That's all just a coincidence!
If it was just one coincidence, it'd be fine. But when it's one right after another, I wonder, is something like that even possible?
Could it be? Did you give yourself cleaning duty on purpose so you could hide the knife under the table?
Now that you mention it, Nagito did prepare the drawing to pick who cleaned the dining hall.
To be honest, I already prepared a drawing because I assumed something like this would happen. To go to the trouble of preparing this, just what did you think would happen? Whoever draws the chopstick with the red mark on it will be in charge of cleaning, okay? Does that sound fair?
You rigged the drawing, didn't you? That's how you got picked to clean the dining hall, isn't it?
I don't know if you're the killer or not, but regardless, it proves that you're suspicious, right?
If that's the case, that strange speech you made earlier, that was part of your plan too.
You got us to lower our guard and tried to hide the fact that you did it, didn't you, you motherfucker?
Well, just admit it already!
Nagito, tell me you object to this. Frankly, I don't want to believe it either. We investigated together. You were so kind. I can't believe you're the one who killed Byakuya. Nagito, say something!
Uh-oh. Damn, he done snapped.
The Ultimates are working together to combat the despair of their friend's death! Ah, how wonderful! How beautiful it is!
Huh?
Those eyes. At that moment, Nagito's eyes. The darkness in his eyes shone brightly, as if layers upon layers of darkness were folding into each other. As if hope and despair had been crudely mixed together.
Let's cut to the chase. You're correct. It was my doing all along. I'm the one who hid the knife under the table before the party started. I'm the one who used the power cord to find my way to the table in the dark. And of course, I'm the one who caused the blackout. After all, there's no way I'd knowingly whip out a knife in front of everyone, right?
Is it just me, or does he seem a little nuts right now?
A little?
But I never expected Byakuya to have night vision goggles. Because of that, we had ourselves a little scuffle under the table. And, well, you all saw how that played out. With a twist ending like this, I think we can all agree this ended up being a very interesting mystery. Byakuya performed admirably.
Just stop it already! Seriously! What the hell happened to you?
Don't tell me. Is this your true nature? Were you lying to us this entire time?
Me? Lie? That's outrageous! There's no way someone like me could ever lie to you guys. I understand better than anyone else that I'm ultimately worthless. Too arrogant to have dreams or cling to hope. I'm too disdainful to actually try at anything. I've made peace with the fact that I'm a lowly, stupid, insignificant human who can't do anything right.
Holy crap! He's totally the type of guy who spent his childhood killing neighborhood pets!
Maybe?
He seems like the sort of person whose eyes light up while watching Friday the 13th. Just like me.
Well, that's a strange thing to admit.
That's quite the hobby you have there.
but, like, now's not really the time to bring it up.
This guy, is he the real Nagito?
Hey, Nagito. If you were behind all of this, then did you also send that threatening letter?
Yep, I sure did. There's nobody else on this island whose handwriting is that painful to look at, right?
But why would you send a threatening letter in the first place?
I think somewhere deep in my heart, I was probably hoping to find someone who would stop my evil deeds. Well, I bet if that really was my reason, at least some of you would feel sorry for me.
Are you making fun of us?
By threatening Byakuya, Nagito was likely able to manipulate his actions.
Then how about that old-looking building near the hotel? Well, if it's just cleaning, leave it to me. I'm actually pretty good at it.
In doing so, Nagito was able to manipulate everyone to the scene where the murder would occur. Am I wrong?
That reminds me. Nagito was the one who suggested I guard the office.
Well, not only is the storage room packed with lots of stuff, it's hard to see in there and full of cobwebs. And I was so busy cleaning the dining hall that I didn't even have time to clean the storage room. If you stay in there for a long time, I think it would be bad for your health. In that case, why don't you guard the case in the office?
Oh, I get it. If Pekka was guarding the storage room, Nagito wouldn't have been able to use the irons.
The threatening letter, along with all your suggestions, was all a trap to manipulate us.
Yep, that's true too. But you're wrong about one thing.
Huh? What?
I didn't need to rig the drawing for cleaning duty, you know?
If that's true, then how did you conveniently get picked for cleaning duty?
I see. Well, there's no way I'd expect you to remember it. A worthless talent for a worthless human.
Nagito's talent. I believe his talent is the ultimate babyface. But no, he's the ultimate lucky student.
I see!
You're the ultimate lucky student. Then, did you?
That's right. I just trusted my luck. I trusted I'd be picked for cleaning duty.
You just relied on your luck?
It's not just luck. It's true my talent sucks, but I'm still the ultimate lucky student, you know?
Huh? I'm left with the red mark? For someone called the ultimate lucky student, you don't seem very lucky right now.
At the time, Hajime said I wasn't lucky, but it was actually the opposite. I was lucky. That's why I got picked for cleaning duty, just like I wanted.
Enough. I don't care about that anymore. More importantly, why did you kill Byakuya? Answer me!
Byakuya was a very capable leader. For someone like him to get killed, the despair it brings.
There's that word that I thought we were saying goodbye to in this game.
It's only fitting that you symbols of hope should use his death as a stepping stone to shine even brighter. That was my only motivation.
You're not making any sense!
Fine, let's start the damn vote already. I'm ready to fucking kill this site.
Please, Monokuma! Please, wait!
Huh? The fuck?
How should I put this? Is Nagito
What are you saying? He's already confessed, hasn't he?
I already know that, but there's just something a little strange. If it's only a little, then keep your mouth shut. Your ugly face is stressing me out. It makes me want to puke. I
Might I suggest we listen to what she has to say?
But we know who the killer is.
Simply listening is acceptable. However, I won't allow this to end with mere play. Now then, let us lift the curtain for our bloody spectacle.
From this point on, lines of white noise will appear to disrupt your reactions. Your truth bullets will disappear if they touch these lines, so think of them as obstacles in your debate. Please time your truth bullets just right so they don't get interrupted by the white noise. By the way, if the difficulty is set to gentle, white noise won't appear at all. In that case, all it means is this explanation didn't mean anything at all. Had no meaning whatsoever. Oh, please don't worry, I'm not going to fall into despair. Even though it's meaningless, allow me to say one more thing. In this debate, you won't be able to shoot down the white noise. That'll be explained later. If you press options during these arguments, you can review the controls. Well then, good luck, and have fun. Alright, let's make this here argument. Some tells me I might have to consent with Mikan because this is her trying to say something, so let's just get it ready.
The killer is so obviously Nagito!
He has already confessed.
You're not even letting her talk, man.
That bastard Nagito is the one who did it. He killed Byakuya with a knife he hid.
Oh, never mind. Thanks for wasting our time, skanky bitch.
That's just mean.
Then let's prepare to cast our votes.
Why does Mikan think it's strange? Because she must know something that contradicts the crime scene. Well, duh, she performed an autopsy. And she noticed that the knife wounds, or, well, the puncture wounds, rather, were done with something that's like 5 millimeters in diameter. Knives don't really have diameters like that. They're flat blades.
Nagito is the one who did it. He killed Byakuya with a knife.
So it couldn't have been with a knife.
That knife might not be the murder weapon. That's what you wanted to say, right, Mikan?
What the hell are you talking about? It's obvious the knife was the murder weapon.
But based on the entry wounds on Byakuya's body, the actual weapon should be roughly 5 millimeters in diameter.
5 millimeters in diameter? That's like way skinnier than a knife!
Hey, that better be true. If you screwed up, I'll sell your fucking ass to a whorehouse.
Wow, just what? That's like all kinds of fucked up.
Not a whorehouse! Hey, why are you threatening her?
I know, right?
Is this what you're trying to say, Mikan? As long as we can't prove that the knife is the murder weapon, we can't assume that I'm the killer.
What are you saying? No one else can be the killer. It has to be you.
Hey, don't blame me. Mikan's the one who said it.
Sorry. Hey, Nagito. Are you still hiding something?
Hiding?
Like, during the blackout, did something happen between you and Byakuya that we don't know about?
Who knows?
After all this, what else do you intend to hide?
Jeez, the moment your back's against the wall, you get all silent. You piss me off.
What happened during the blackout? Oh, if you cross your eyes like this, it gives you double vision.
Ibuki, concentrate. Please, do you need Ritalin?
Don't get distracted. Our lives are at stake, you know?
Huh? Whose life is at stake?
Seriously, how long is it gonna take for you to understand the damn rules?
Nobody can see in the dark, no matter how hard you think about it. The truth is beyond your sight. Don't you think that's a pretty clever metaphor? Despite the fact that it came from me?
No, that's not it.
Not it? What's not it?
The truth is beyond our sight. No, that can't be it. there should be some way to find out what happened in the dark. Yeah, because there was, something that was going on while the blackout was occurring. Everybody was shouting. And Ibuki was able to hear everybody's voices and remembers exactly what they all said.
I can prove it with this. Even if we couldn't see what happened in the dark, I'm pretty sure someone could have heard it. Isn't that right, Ibuki?
For real?
Don't act so surprised.
You were the one who told me, remember? How everyone was shouting during the blackout?
Everyone, calm down. We gotta stay calm in a situation like this. Ah! Don't step on my feet.
What the hell? What's going on here? This is...
Ow!
Turn the damn lights on! I can't eat like this, you know!
You guys? Where are you? Wasn't the blackout just in the kitchen?
Perhaps the breaker overloaded?
Hold on a sec. I'll go along the wall and do something about it.
Such perceptive hearing. Impressive. I'd expect no less from the ultimate musician.
It's a good thing your ears are awesome because your face, style, figure, and personality totally suck.
Okay, as much as I may dislike Ibuki, like, at least in terms of style and personality, the face and figure are not that bad, just saying.
You've got me deep with your knife of truth.
However, after hearing what Byakuya and Nagito said in
Actually, no, I take back the style thing, too. She technically does have the goth style going on, and goth is always A+, but the personality just does not fit. I'm just saying.
What the hell? What's going on here? This is...
Ow!
It almost sounds like Byakuya fought back against Nagito or something.
Well, that's actually what happened.
Huh?
As a sign of respect for Ibuki's talent, I have a small confession to make. I was actually shoved out from under the table by Byakuya.
He shoved you out?
Just as the blackout occurred, I hurried to duck under the table and grab the knife. But Byakuya, wearing his night vision goggles, caught me and shoved me right out from under the table. That's right. I'm so incompetent that I couldn't even grab the knife.
So, Byakuya stopped him when he was trying to get the knife. And he got shoved out from under the table before he could even grab it? Well, it sounds plausible. I mean, just from listening to what they both said at the time.
What the hell? What's going on here? This is...
Ow!
I could interpret it like that. No, actually, now that I think about it, that sounds like exactly what happened.
After getting shoved out from under the table, I was just as confused as you guys. I lost sight of the glowing paint, and I didn't even know where the power cord was. Before I realized it, the lights had come back on, and Byakuya's body was lying under the table.
Hold on! Are you saying you're not the killer?
From the very beginning, the idea to throw a party, hiding the knife, setting up the blackout, it was all going according to plan. But unfortunately, my plan failed. And all thanks to Byakuya's night vision goggles. What happened after that? Even I don't know.
You failed? Then you're not the one who killed Byakuya?
Then we're right back to square one!
How can that be? We spent all this time talking back and forth!
Meaninglessness. What other word is brimming with so much despair? But you can't give up. You need to have hope. Do your best and move forward. Rising to the challenge again and again is why you guys are the symbols of hope.
Is Nagito really not the killer? Is this guy really the Nagito I knew before? No, There's no way I can say that. I just thought I knew him, but this whole time I didn't know anything about this guy. I didn't know his true character. It's as simple as that. But now it's not the time for me to dwell on that. We need to find Byakuya's killer by any means possible. Because if we don't, we will die here. So yeah, it's time for a little recess.
Well now.
Now then, the class trial has reached its climax, but... Okay, here's a question for you. What's this? To those of you who figured it out who it is, blah blah blah. To those of you who figured out who it is, how about you try out the Guess the Killer challenge? Whoever fails to guess the right killer will have their save data melt away like butter. But if you guess right, I reward you with $10 billion. $10 billion? Of course, for those of you who don't know who the killer is, you can just continue on. Now then, what are you gonna do? X button continue on, or circle button guess the killer challenge. I'm gonna guess the killer. Ah, crap. Seriously, though? Just kidding. You can't make a choice. There's no way to be able to guess who the killer is. Aww. I wanted $10 billion, though. I mean, it was worth a shot.
And of course, there's no $10 billion either.
Oh, well, damn. He just trolled the shit out of me, yo.
You're so evil.
Villain! You truly are a villain! I know, right? I've had $10 billion. Like, do you know what I could do with $10 billion right now? I could freaking move. I could get better internet. Like, oh my god, it would just be great. But alright. It's gonna be it for today. Because, yeah, the trials in this game, they don't play around. They don't play around. They're longer. They got more twists and turns. And, yeah. You know, we got little recesses in between them now. So next time, we're gonna get back to the trial. And, reach its conclusion. So, thank y'all for watching. Have a great day, and see you next time for some more Let's Play Danganronpa 2 Goodbye Despair. Goodbye.